Hello, yes, it's the Gingerman, and I am back in the beautiful village of Charlestown. Yes, this is one of the first places I visited early on in my Gingerman travels, and I always knew I was going to come back here. And if you look up there, there's a tree swing hanging from a tree that I've just caught as I do my intro. So already this is going to be a cracking day. The sun is shining, lots to see, lots to do. So Charlestown, show me what you got! Peace.
I'll turn on the camera, test my microphone, I'm firing up the podcast, sound waves coming to your home. Gingerman with a can is here to make your day. Gingerman with a can, would like to hear you say today.
So here I am in Charlestown, and as I done my intro just across the road there, but 30 seconds ago, I noticed up here a tree swing. Like, I'm getting a good eye for tree swings, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to jump up that wall, I'm going to go and get it, because it looks pretty cool, and it bloody well is. It's a good in. What a day. It's a beautiful day, and we're not far from the site, so I decided to walk along today. Well, there we go, look at this. This will go down as officially the quickest tree swing I have found in the history of Gingerman, literally instantly. Look at the views. This is a secret tree swing hidden amongst the bush. I love it. Woo! This might be my new favourite tree swing. It's comfy, I feel safe. The views are amazing. What do we have here? It's the Charlestown Harbour. This peaceful harbour was once anything but quiet, apparently. The air was full of the din of ships unloading, the roar from the furnaces burning lime, the clang of the rail wagons and the yells of the kiln workers. There's a good use of onomatopoeia in this. Like so many villages and towns around the Inner Forth, Charlestown was once a thriving port. They were home to some of the most important industries in Scotland, like whisky at Kennet Pans near Clackmannan, coal and salt at Bowness and Alloa. So there we go, we've seen these. We've seen plenty of these, but we've got to catch more of these Inner Forth signs. I really like them, and there's always good use of imagery in the written word. So here we are at the harbour, what's left of it. There's a few small boats. There's a few small boats. Also, I know there's the yoga socials based in Charlestown. I've done some yoga, so we shout out to the yoga social. So I guess when we talk about Fife, we know there's a lot of mining, there's been a lot of industry, which is a lot of it's happened inland, and then on these coastal towns is the sort of harbour areas, which are the more affluent areas, as we're learning as we go through. Look at this. Oh, it's a little bit creepy. It's kind of like a back entrance to all the kilns. Is this a chimney? Was there a burning going on here? Looks like some sort of chimney. So we'll read the sign first before going in and looking for pigeons. We'll read the sign on West Harbour Road. There we go, Charlestown Lime Kilns. Now there we go, there's a lovely picture of what it used to look like. Burning fire. Cutaway illustration of the kilns in action in the late 1800s. Look at this. Sometimes I wish, you know how we've got the VR headsets, you can put on a VR headset and recreate what it would have been like a walking tour of somewhere in the past. because look at this. It's hard to even imagine it looking like this now, with a boat there. Unbelievable. So, the largest set of lime kilns in Scotland, there you go, the largest. They were built from the 1750s and once produced over a third of the country's lime, which was used at home and abroad for agriculture, various industrial processes, and for building limestone. Oh, sorry, let me start that again. And for building. Limestone was burned with coal in the massive stone furnaces to produce quick lime, which was shovelled by hand into the rail wagons and taken to ships waiting in this now sleepy harbour. This sleepy harbour, nothing happening. But this used to be busy, busy, busy. The kilns only closed in 1956, so real recent history, after which the buildings began to crumble as vegetation wound its way between the stones and mortar, as you can see up there. So, if it only shut in 1956, maybe ask your mum or your granddad, or maybe you are the granddad and mum watching this. Can you remember this being open and active? But the story doesn't end there. In 2000, a project led by the Scottish Lime Centre helped to consolidate kiln number 11 using the local Charlestown lime made on site to replace the crumbling mortar. Then between 2014 and 18, all the encroaching vegetation was cleared and the buildings consolidated. The kilns now stand as a poignant reminder of Scotland's long industrial heritage and of the hard and dangerous labour of the people who worked in those industries. There we go, and this is an absolutely fantastic board. Really good. There's some guys working in the lime days. They're proud men working. This is what it looked before the remedial work was done. And this is what it looks like now, much nicer. Ships in the historic harbour. Look at this, how it would have looked. The largest set of lime kilns in Scotland. Real fascinating stuff. It's crazy to think that this was once a busy harbour. Now it is absolutely sleepy. Anyway, let's go inside and see if we can find the sleepy pigeons. It's almost like caves. So obviously, these are, oh god, is that a dead pigeon? I didn't want to find a dead pigeon. Ah! Ah! I got the fright of my life. Ah, of course there was pigeons in here. There's a pigeon there. I'd hate to get attacked by pigeons. Oh jeez. Why are birds so scary? Is it because they can fly and we can't fly? They have a proper advantage on us humans. There we go. Yeah, bugger! I got my... Yeah, bugger! I had to dodge that. Right, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting absolute fear of getting a pigeon in the face. Even though if I think I could handle getting hit by a pigeon in the face, but I think it would also, it's the fright, it's the anxiety of it. Look at this. Just imagine back in the day working in the lime kilns. Now the home, it's basically now a pigeon hotel. But once Scotland's largest lime kiln. Incredible history here in Charlestown. And for such a small, sleepy part of Scotland, hidden away on the Fife coast, yeah, quite a remarkable history. Anyway, onwards and upwards. displays are supplied and maintained by local residents. There you go. People in Charlestown care. They maintain. Right, we're going to go this way. We're going to go up the Shell Road to the village paths. Oh look, got a wee heritage point sign. The history of Charlestown, reflected in the names of these two paths, is wholly tied up with the locally occurring limestone, with coal and ironstone further inland, and with the harbour developed for the export of these commodities. By the 1790s, some 25,000 tonnes of limestone were being exported annually, reputedly the greatest from any source in Britain. There you go, reputedly, supplying the whole of the east of Scotland. The last shipment of lime left in 1937, after which the kiln used lime from elsewhere. A later function of the harbour was a ship breaking yard. On the western side there is a strip of sand, and on the railway behind, the 10th Earl had an old railway carriages parked for changing rooms, and in the 1930s families came regularly to enjoy a bathing lido. Bathing lido? What does that mean? Bathing lido? Lido? Answers on a postcard. So we are just walking in the sort of green woodland area of Charlestown. I know for a fact there's a hidden lock in here which I want to head and check out, but there's lots to see in here. I've already found a tree swing, so if I find any more, we're on bonus tree swing time now, so everything's a bonus. And just enjoy the day, the blue skies, the sunshine. Got a piece in my bag, ham and cheese sandwich, some wine gums and a packet of cheese crisps. Look at this, we've got another sign. There's loads of these wee hidden signs. They're not very big, but you know, if you blink you'd miss it, but it's got loads of information. The path leading west from here was created in 1915 at the time of the First World War, when an Admiralty armament depot was established at Crombie under the Defence of the Realm Act, and people employed there walked this way from the village. The path crosses over the railway line linking Dunfermline and Charlestown Harbour, the Elgin line, on which there was a passenger platform for workers coming by train. There was an earlier pier at Crombie where locally mined coal and iron ore were shipped up to the Forth to the Carron Ironworks near Grangemouth. The path also crosses the Lynn Burn, in the valley of which were several mills, including the Iron Mill, the Nether Mill, the Walk Mill and the Mid Mill, an iron foundry, and at the mouth of the Burn, salt pans. Wow, so we really are amidst an industrial hotspot here in Charlestown. So I know that way takes us to where the old train line runs all the way along to Kincardine, etc. But we're going to have a wee closer look into actual Charlestown here. I think we're at the cricket field here. So let's go and have a wee zoom through Charlestown. Broomhall Cricket Club. I'm sure I played cricket here as a kid many years ago, just for a day. As we kind of worked out from reading a lot of the signs, Charlestown has a lot of history. Established in 1756 by Charles Bruce, 5th Earl of Elgin, the planned village is laid out in the shape of letters C and E for Charles Elgin. It was established as a harbour town for the shipment of coal mined on Lord Elgin's Fife estates. We know that, we've seen the kilns. The harbour's outer basin was built around 1840, and in 1887, on the occasion of Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee, the Queen's Hall was built at the village centre to designs by Robert Rowand Anderson. Shipbuilding was carried out in Charlestown in the 19th century, as well as ship breaking, and some of the German Imperial fleet were brought here from Scapa Flow after World War I to be broken up. So this is actually a really fascinating place, really exciting, and lots of history, surprisingly. You wouldn't think it, just because it is such a small village. It kind of goes by unnoticed. So if you fancy a little bit of cricket, come to Charlestown, Broomhall Cricket Club. They got it going on. Mine shaft, keep out. Mine shaft, keep out. So this is the Cairns, lovely little street. It's funny, on a sunny day like this, everything looks just a little bit nicer. The buildings look nicer, the trees look nicer, the gardens look nicer, the pavements look nicer. I guess we're in the main zone of Charlestown now. We've got the salt tray, which is there. Hot and cold takeaway food. I don't think it's open, Then we've got the village shop, because every village needs a shop. Like Crombie, small village, doesn't have a shop. And if a place doesn't have a shop, you're going to get thirsty if you haven't brought juice with you. We've also got this. We've got the Lime Centre. Now, I would love to visit this place and get some history. The gate's open, but I don't think it's open. Scottish Lime Centre, look, on a slab, supported by the Heritage Lottery Fund. Oh look, press doorbell for attention. The park. No parking on the green. You didn't park on the green. You ruined the green. But look at this. This is a beautiful, beautiful bit of park. Like, the grass is cut perfectly. You've got the Elgin Hotel over there, which I'm sure will be opening soon. And we will be passing through here on my Fife Coastal Walk, which I will be starting in the next couple of weeks. We're getting imminently close to it, which is really exciting. We've got another place to stay, possibly a third, so we could have 3 nights staying at 3 locations on the Fife Coast. It's all exciting and it's all happening, and I'm going to be taking all of yous along with me, so it's going to be an exciting journey. But yeah, anyone else on the Fife Coast, if you're a hotel, a business, you want us to meet up, do something, get in touch, because I want this to be action packed. I want this to be involved with community, local people, everything we can, and just cram it into this Fife Coast adventure. Starting on episode 100 and taking us all up to maybe 10 episodes of this Fife Coastal Walk. It's going to be epic, it's going to be exciting. But aye, here I am in Charlestown today, and I'm going to stop for a bit of lunch. I'm hungry. And before we do, just a quick shout out and thank you to everyone who has signed up to my Patreon, everyone who's bought me or tipped me a coffee on PayPal. That is great. I do love a coffee on my journey, and all of it goes a long way to helping me fulfill my ambitions and my dreams of doing this full time and getting about and filming and exploring and uncovering and discovering as much of this beautiful country as I can. So I'll add some links at the bottom if you want to, you know, tip me, get me a coffee, or join my Patreon. Anyway, it's lunchtime. Well, look at this, Charlestown Bowling Club is open! Why? So here we go. If you're interested in taking up bowls, free coaching from qualified certified coaches, please contact Bob Owens or Elizabeth McKenzie if you're interested in bowls. And as I've seen through all of my journeys through Fife, bowls is everywhere. The people of Fife love bowls. Bowls daft we are, bowls daft. So if you're interested in bowls, you're in this area, get in touch. This is such a picturesque, beautiful street. Double row. Oh, hello. I'm back in Charlestown. I'm good. Just doing a bit of Charlestown filming. I thought it said gross row, but it's cross row. So just still exploring the beautiful village of Charlestown, going for a woodland walk now. I feel like I've not been on a really good woodland walk in my videos in a while, so this is it. This is where I hit a good woodland walk. And apparently it's scientifically proven now. We always knew it was true, it doesn't need to be scientifically proven, but walking through the woods and next to trees and nature can relieve stress, anxiety, depression feelings. But we already knew that, we didn't need science to tell us. If you like walking, you know. Anyway, what we got here, there's the bowling club. Here we go. Let's go and check it out. Look at this, is another cool street. Anyway, yes, with COVID ending, there's going to be the return of sport, and much needed for people. So here we are. It's another beautiful bowling club, and look at this. Founded in 1866. That is old. People have been bowls in here for ages. To be fair, if I'm going to play for a bowls club, which maybe I will, because I'm giving up football, and bowls seems like I'm not going to pull my hamstring playing it. But look at this one with a view over the water. Maybe I'll be a bowser. Maybe I should play Charlestown Bowls Club. Hook me up, I'll come and play for you. I don't know if it'll be any good, but I'll certainly give it my best go. Bowling club. But I've decided if I'm going to play for any bowling club, it's got to be Charlestown. Because they've got a real... Look, they've got woodland walks. They've got woodlands and sea. It's all happening. It's all happening here. I thought the Newport bowling club was pretty cool, but Charlestown's taking the biscuit. Look at this, we've got some cool stuff on the wall. Fumius. Fumis? Is it Latin? What does it mean? What does it mean? Is it Latin for we love bowls? And look at the water, man. It's just so beautiful on a day like today. Charlestown is it's an absolute beauty of a village. Like, it's got a little bit of everything. And it's really friendly. Everyone's been saying hi and hello. Look at this, there's still a bit of ice on the ground. Oh, electric fence. I don't believe it. This looks like Bryce permanent electric fence. Where? Here we are at the Broom Hall Estate. I think this is part of the sort of Bruce Empire, as so to speak, around this area, and has been passed on through the generations. We're at the fancy Broom Hall Estate. Northry Road, privacy zone. It is a beautiful estate. Anyway, onwards and upwards, we're going to go and look for the hidden lock in Charlestown. Let's go. There we go. Smile! I like that. Smile. Talking of leaving little things to make people happy, remember my Gingerman egg from last week in Newport? Well, he is going to be hiding somewhere in Charlestown. I'm going to leave him somewhere. Hopefully nobody steals him, kidnaps him, puts him up for ransom, or does something deplorable to him, because he's an innocent egg who lost his twin just last week. I feel like these ducks were up to no good. I just caught them up to no good. There you go. There's plenty of wildlife here. What's this? We are now en route to the secret loch, which I know is somewhere down here. Now as you come in here, it does say keep out. I do know this is an old quarrying area, so it can be quite dangerous, so be sensible in areas like this. The signs are there to warn you, or at least to warn people from just aimlessly coming in here and messing around and whatnot. As I say, come in with plenty of caution, because you don't want to end up drowning in the water and nobody can get to you to save you, rescue you. But I'm okay. Gingerman is well prepared, and I'm all about safety first. So the first thing I do before I go anywhere is I tie my shoelaces, because that is the safest thing you can do when you're hiking. Because the biggest danger doing my job is tripping up over my shoelaces and I get a right dillion on my head, or my foot, or my ankle. Look at that. That is the witch's chair. There's a story behind that, the witch's chair. A witch used to just sit there and she cursed these lands apparently, so the story goes. I just made that up. But if you believe me for a second there, thank you. Thank you. There we are, a wee hidden, we'll call it a hidden lock. This is the old quarry, it used to exist here. But I know there's deep shafts here, deep shafts that could cause drowning problems, so, you know, it's all about caution when you come here, and being sensible and not try to go swimming or doing anything daft. I like this bit here with the trees over. Oh look, there's deer. You see them? What is this? It looked at first from over there like a building, now it just looks like a big bit of rock that's been left. This is pretty cool. FLT. Oh. It's quite an eerie area around here. This is quite cool though. But what are these? What are these symbols on the wall? Are these ancient drawings? Oh, interesting. What does it all mean? Look at this guy. Some more ancient symbols. Look at this. So there's the park. Over there, there's where we walked. This is all of Charlestown, and then look at this. A tree swing. Charlestown is like it's like a fun zone. There's so much fun to be had. Woo! It's an adventure place. Peace. Imagine getting up there, having a wee tent up there. That would be a good place to build your home in a zombie apocalypse up there. The zombies aren't getting up there. You'd need a system to get food and water up though. But it looks pretty safe from zombies. Anyway, moving on. Look at this. What was this for? There's clearly a stairway up, but it looks very dangerous now. What's that? It's random. It's just really random. I can't seem to find the loch, and every time I come here it feels like something's different. Looks like a monolith, but I'm sure it's this way because I'm sure of it. It's back down this way. I'm just wandering through the woods here, and it is a bloody beautiful woodland. As I travel around Fife, you start to notice each area has its specialities, and it seems like West Fife area here heading along towards Kincardine is the best woodland areas. You know, the Devillia Forest, the Blair Gowrie, all of that area up towards Blair Hall. There's just woodland walks galore and much more. And then as you go up the East Nuke, you've got the incredible harbours and the beautiful seaside towns. And inland you've got Glenrothes. This is the quarry workings, deep water. So if you can't swim, don't swim here, and if you can swim, still don't swim. There we are. It's a cool wee bit to stop and have your peace. Look at this. It's just such a hidden gem, you just do not expect it. Right, so here he is. Gingerman egg from last week's episode in Newport. And he's going to be left in Charlestown today. Right in here. Just perching. There he is. So if you're walking here, you might see him. Come and say hello to the Gingerman egg in Charlestown. Bye Gingerman egg. Have a good safe time. And there he is. Just like that. His new journey begins. From starting life in Newport. Well, he started life inside a chicken, but then went to Newport. Then now he's in Charlestown dressed as a Gingerman egg. So, what a life. What a life I've given him. And there he is. Hopefully, you know, someone watches this and then they come this way, they pass, and they say hi to him. Take a picture with him and upload it to the Gingerman page if you find him. That'd be cool. Look at this. What a view. What a day. I feel a real peace today walking around. And it's been one of those reflective days where you have time just to reflect on things you appreciate, things you're thankful for. Yeah, it's all great. It's all great. Really enjoying myself today. Anyway, we'll find our way out of this woodland and get back into the main town of Charlestown and then wrap this video up. So here we are, we've got some breaking news. We're outside the bowling club, and as you can see, we've got some action. There is some bowls happening. And I'm afraid to say, I think I'm a bit too young to be joining the bowling club. Looks like they're all excited to be back out as well. These guys have had, especially guys of this age, have had a long time in isolation through COVID, so it's great to see them all vaccinated and out enjoying the sunshine in their bowls. Brilliant. Aye. But look, we've got one of these again. Charlestown is named after Charles Bruce, 5th Earl of Elgin, who in 1758 established the village as a planned industrial settlement based initially on extracting, processing and exporting lime. 7th Earl Thomas Bruce, British envoy to the Ottoman Empire circa 1800, made his mark in history by bringing to Britain the marble friezes, now known as the Elgin marbles, from the Parthenon in Athens. Further quantities of decorative marble were used at Broomhall and for the steps to the Great Altar at Westminster Abbey, and we passed the Broomhall estate, so it's got some fancy Greek marble in it. There's a red telephone box. I bet all these villages that kept their red telephone boxes will be real happy, because they're now, you know, something for the tourists to enjoy. What's down here? Is this a pathway? There you go. I guess this place will have, I guess a lot of these places will have struggled with the COVID measures, lockdown, not being able to trade. It's been a difficult time for the hospitality industry. We all got to get back out there and support our local businesses. We have some more symbols. What are they, stalactites or stalagmites? Can you remember from geography? What a beautiful day it has been in Charlestown. This is somewhere I've visited many times before. I know this area really well, and yeah, I love coming along here. I love exploring, and every time I come here I find out something new, or I learn something new, or I see something I haven't quite seen before, and that is the beauty of getting out and exploring. And today I found a couple of tree swings that I'd never seen before, and they were fantastic. The weather is amazing, and hopefully it's to continue all week, because I've got a busy couple of weeks leading up to this 5 coastal path. We're heading to Kerris next, then we're heading to Cowdenbeath, then we're heading to Methil, then it's the big one. Peace.